Hi, I'm Matt from Educraft.org, and today what we're going to do is we're going to troubleshoot a little issue that sometimes happens when you're trying to install your Forge files. When you go into the terminal and you type in the commands to set up your Gradle wrapper, and you're running it on OSX, and the Gradle wrapper just freezes on a certain spot and it doesn't move past it at all. So I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so you ran your command, and just like in the tutorial video, and you see everything looks so far so good. Now this can take up to 25 minutes depending on your computer, so it can take a long time. But suppose you leave it on overnight, then you come back the next day and it gets stuck just in one spot, say like right here, stuck at 60% all night long. Something is wrong. So the solution to this is pretty simple. What's happening is your computer hasn't allocated enough RAM to the Gradle process in order to actually get it done. So what you need to do is figure out a way to allocate more RAM to the Gradle process, and that can be handled through terminal commands. And so this entire video is just going to be me showing you how to do the proper terminal commands and create the proper file and put the information in the file that you need to do in order to make that work. So the problem can be fixed by doing some tricks in your terminal. You are going to click on the Finder, and you're going to type terminal. Oh look, it's like I already did. And now you're in what's called your home directory. It's a directory that has your username. Okay, and what you're going to do is create a hidden file. Now it might already exist, so you should check to see if it exists already. And if you type ls, you're not going to see it because it's a hidden file. There's a command to let you see it, but that's not important right now. I'm going to type cd space dot gradle. So the folders that begin with dot are hidden folders. And now you can see I already have it because I've done this before. But if you don't, I'm going to type especially, I'm back in my home directory. If you don't have the .gradle, if it says directory not found, you're going to type mkdir and then .gradle, and then you can hit enter. And in my case it already exists, but if in your case it doesn't exist, you're going to make it, and then you're going to go into that directory. You're going to type cd space .gradle, Gradle. Now you're in that. You're going to create a file called gradle.properties, and the way and it's going to be a text file. Well, you're going to use a text editor on it to change the contents of the file, and you're going to put in a command for your Gradle that's going to give your computer more RAM to use in order to run your setup program. So your program is pausing because you don't have enough RAM, and so it's stopping partway through because it's like, well, that's all I got, I'm done. You know, it's like a construction worker, and you know, the whistle hits at 5, no matter what they're doing, they just drop the shovel, walk away. I don't know if that's what construction workers do, but just I think of it that way. Alright, so you're going to type nano. Nano is a text editing program that comes in any bash system, like this terminal system on your OSX. It also works for Linux. And then you're going to type the file name. Now the beauty is, if this file doesn't exist, it's going to get created. And if it does exist, you're going to open the file. So you're going to type gradle.properties, enter. And if you look, there's this command right here. I'm going to type it in one more time for you, org. So if you just created this file, you won't see this. Okay, I already did this before, so I can see it. But if you haven't done this before, you won't see this. You type org.gradle, gradle.jvmargs, then you say equals, then hyphen capital X, then lowercase m, lowercase x, then 2, then capital G. And what that does is it says, when you run this Gradle wrapper thing, you get to use 2 gigabytes of RAM. Generally, that's about what you need. Okay, you're going to hit Command O. That saves the file. So it says file name to write, gradle.properties, and you hit enter. Yeah, that's what I want. Or is it Command or Control? You're going to hit Control O, then Control X to quit. And now you're going to go back to your Forge folder. So cd space, oh no, that's it, cd space with a capital D, desktop, cd space, Forge, and then bash gradlew. Oh, another thing you might need to do, chmod plus X. You need to take ownership of the gradlew file. So in doing this, it gives your user, the username you're using right now, permission to run this file. I think I went over that in the install program for Macs. And you should be able to type bash gradlew setupDecompWorkspace, and it should go the whole route.